Hi, my name's Tammy. Welcome to my sewing room. Today I'm going to show you how to take a Kate Quinn headband bow, make it a little fluffier, make it a little more secure. Here's a bow I had from a recent order, large bow headband, ashes of roses leaf, and this is what it looked like in the package. So I love Kate Quinn. Let me just say that. Here's my model. She's wearing a Kate Quinn rabbit ears bonnet. So here we are in packaging, and this is what it looks like out of the package. You'll notice it's not perfect. Even when you pull it tighter, it just kind of expands. Yeah. So we're going to take this apart and work on it. Just disassemble it and untie it. Here's the headband piece. We'll need it later. Set it aside for now. Here's our main bow piece. We're going to be working primarily with it. You'll see the seam on one side. This is the other side. Give it a press with your iron. It's kind of wrinkled. Here's the supplies we're going to need. You're going to need some kind of clip. Sewing clips. Binder clips are phenomenal. They work really well. Here's my pincushion. I love dogs. Please no one take offense. Needle, they're on his nose. We're going to need one of those. Thread, you're going to need thread that matches your bow. Hold a piece over it, see if it blends in. Some sort of a small ruler makes measuring smaller cuts easier. Here's a bigger ruler I have, and I'm going to set this bow piece on top of it so that you can see how big it is. It is 12 inches long, 4 inches wide. We're going to take 2 inches off the end of this. That's going to give us a really big bow piece to work with and a good sized tie piece. These are the raw edges on our newly cut main bow piece. Flip those inside the bow piece just enough where they stay secure. Press that with your hot iron. Clip it, pin it, secure it till it's ready to be sewn, or however you're going to secure your pieces. Do the same with your tie piece. Flip those raw ends in just enough where they stay. Give it a press with your hot iron. Now, you're going to either sew by hand or machine or use some sort of a wonder tape to secure those ends that you cut. This is me sewing at my sewing machine I inherited from my mom. I love it. It's a Bernina. I use it all the time. So now we've secured both pieces. We're going to take them back over to the table. This is our main bow piece with the end secured. Still a great size bow. Here's our tie piece. Plenty of room to use there to tie. So take your main bow piece, flip it over where your seams are showing, where they're looking up at you, and fold both ends in toward the middle, just as evenly as you can. Then you're going to take some pins or some clips and secure those ends. You can leave it like this, or you can take it back to your machine and tack those ends. I like to tack it. I think it makes the accordion fold that we're about to do easier. And I have lupus, and so my hands don't always work like I want them to. So I like things that make my life easier. So I tack those pieces down. I also use wonder tape here. You can hand tack those as well. You can also use a tiny dot of glue. This is the tricky part. Do it as many times as you need to till you get it right. But we're going to sort of accordion fold this main bow piece. And I like to do mine like this because that way on the ends of the bow, you don't have seams showing. It just makes the bow look a lot nicer to me. You've got those nice smooth edges, both ends of the bow. I just think it makes for a prettier bow, so that's the way I like to do it. So you've got your pinched accordion pleated bow. Take your binder clip if you have one, rubber band. If you've got amazing strength and dexterity, you might not need anything, but I like to secure it. So I take my needle and thread, and if you put your binder clip just so you can access the back of it and hold it still. So you're going to tack that accordion pleated folded bow so that it stays in that position without the binder clip, because binder clips just don't look that great on bows, really. So secure that as best you can and tie it off. Clip your thread, rethread your needle. You're going to need it again, unfortunately, I know. Here we've got my rethreaded needle, and you're going to take your tie piece now. Fold it so that those ends are in the middle, so that it's about a third of the size. Hold it, put it over the bow that you've just made. It's going to be longer than what you need, but that's actually an advantage because you use that tie piece. You can get a really good grip with that extra tail on there so that you can tie it pretty tightly. Then you're going to hold it like this, and you're going to secure it there where the end of the tie piece meets the fold over. Secure that by hand. You can probably get away with wonder tape here too. Then you're going to clip the excess, and I like to either wonder tape or sew that raw end down that I've just clipped because it just makes it look better. Nobody's going to see the underside, but it actually lays flatter. It just makes for a better bow. And that's why we're doing this. So here's our nice fluffy bow. Isn't it beautiful? So perfect. Now we're going to secure it to the headband. Here's the front, and you're going to pinch that together, sort of like you did with your bow, but it doesn't have to be as perfect because you're just pinching that so that it sort of pleats a little. Tack that so that it's pulled together and yet lays flat against the front of the baby's head. Here we have our headband. Rethread your needle. Here's the bow. There's the front. There's the back. So you want the back of the bow against the front of the headband. Secure the top and the bottom so that it stays, wears well, looks great. And that's all. You've got a wonderful headband bow. It's going to last. It's going to look perfect. Here's my model. She looks great. Thanks for watching.